Hello, everyone. Good day, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to our webinar today from Insight to Impact using GAAPP's Knowledge Hub. We're very excited to have you here and to walk you through everything. So let's talk first about our live AI translation and captions for this session. So to access Wordly on your phone, you want to scan the QR code with your camera. So for those of you that need to do that, please do that there. To access Wordly with your computer, you want to visit the URL. And I'm going to ask Vildana, are you able to see the apps on
Yes,
your?
I can. Yes, I can see the apps.
Great. Can you share the Wordly, go into Wordly and share the link?
Hmm.
Thank you so much. So to access it with your computer, you'll want to click on the link that Vildana is sharing in the chat. And you'll just, as you can see, select a language from the drop-down list. You'll be able to read captions or listen to audio when you plug in your headphones, and you have to unmute Wordly and your device. Just make sure your device is not in silent mode or it will not work. And you can change the language at any time. Okay. Let us know if you have any questions about that as we get started. So, I am so pleased to be here today with two of my esteemed colleagues. I'll do an overview of the agenda first, and then I'll do some introductions. We'll give you an overview of the Knowledge Hub from Vildana that will talk about what exactly this hub is and how we intend for it to be used. And then my colleague Jake will give you a hands on demonstration of all of the different components that you will interact with when you use the Knowledge Hub as one of our member organizations. We'll leave time for questions and answers. So please put them in the chat or in the Q&A as we go, because we'll be able to respond to those. We left time. And of course, there'll be a thank you to all of you and to the speakers. And then we'll talk a little bit about what is next for a new version of the tool coming up in the years to come. So, first, with introductions, again, I'm Kristen Willard. I oversee education here at GAAPP, and I'm here on a gloomy day in Washington, D.C. And I am joined by my colleagues, Vildana Mujkic. She is the Digital Health and Innovation Lead here at GAAPP and also a board member. So, welcome, Vildana. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here today, and warm greetings from Sarajevo. It is a very sunny, and I'm so happy and positive to share everything we did with Knowledge Hub only for our member organizations.
I am thrilled to hear both that it is sunny and that you're excited too, because the three of us spent so much time making this what it is. So it's nice to give it to the world, I think. And then here is Jake Shumaker. You may not know him yet. He is COO of Pulse Marketing. He was the lead project manager from Pulse for the development of the Knowledge Hub. And Jake has helped lead the vision, the development, the creation of the Knowledge Hub alongside the GAAPP team that included myself and Vildana. Now, Jake and Pulse have also, you might not know this, but they helped us to build the chronic urticaria shared decision making tool, our CAT tool, our COPD exacerbations hub that we'll be launching soon. And their team manages the entire GAAPP website, which is quite an undertaking. So thank you, Jake. We see you a lot, but it's nice to have you here out in the with the group in public.
Thank you, Kristen and Vildana, for having me. I'm so excited to be here today to be presenting to the other member organizations and continuing to invest in the GAAPP mission. Super excited to present on Knowledge Hub.
Wonderful. Thanks. So let's get started. I'm going to turn it over to Vildana for an overview of the Knowledge Hub.
So as said, it's a great pleasure to be here to present you Knowledge Hub. So our focus with Knowledge Hub was to use technology to connect knowledge and create tools and empower every one of you, every patient leaders, our member organizations. So what is Knowledge Hub? That is the question. So we already presented you at GAAPP Summit, but it's great to share once again that Knowledge Hub supports our member organization. So that's the first idea. And it's a tool that helps educate, advocate, and engage patients more effectively. As said, it's exclusively made for our member organization, and it's a great space to learn, exchange, and grow together. So it's a very collaborative platform for patient leaders where they can find different resources, easy to find them, but also they can share their successful project that can help other patient organizations. So the idea was to bring everything together in one trusted place and to make knowledge easier, as said. You can go next with the next slide, Kristen. So what is also very important with GAAPP that we are very inclusive. So this knowledge hub is in multiple languages, 30 plus, I believe. So it's accessible from every region, from every continent. And I'm so happy that every patient leader from all over the world can just access it and have it in their own language. As you can see here, we have a resources across diseases. So you can search, you can upload, you can download different resources for the diseases that you cover and your patient organization. We support capacity building for our members' growth. It provides shared professional network as well and mentorship opportunities where we connect our members with experts within our community who generously dedicate their time to support our member organization. And I use the opportunity to thank them for their generosity. So we also have a community forum. So you can go next, Kristen, where we are very excited to see daily engagement among our member organizations. You can see here just two of our members who already shared, who are excited about forum and our community. So we want you to find this hub as a one-stop shop, a place where you can come for education, find information, and to have your questions answered. It's a really living platform. It's a very active experience. It's inclusive community, and everything is built on collaboration and shared purpose. So in short, I believe you got the inside what we offer to you. So please come join us and start exploring. So
all right, I'm going to turn it over to Jake now to do the demo, if that's okay. Or did you want to finish up, Vildana? Sorry.
No, that will be great. Then we can have it at the end. What's
Okay,
next?
that sounds perfect. So Jake, just while you're starting and sharing your screen, I just want to tell you we're doing great on time, so you have plenty of time. If you'd like to take a half an hour, that's absolutely fine.
Amazing. So again, introducing myself, my name is Jake Shumaker, COO of Pulse Marketing, and we have helped develop Knowledge Hub. So where I'm going to start initially here is to show all users here how they can access their account to really reap all of these awesome resources that the team and that all of your member organizations have continued to contribute to Knowledge Hub, bringing this alive to what it is. As you may notice, if you navigate to hub.gaap.org, you initially have a sign-in button. This states that you are then not signed in. Potentially, you do not have an account yet. Through your email, what you can first do to access your account is search for the subject line of Welcome to GAAPP's Knowledge Hub. Based on the search of this subject line, you should be receiving an email from info@gaap.org that essentially is welcoming you to Knowledge Hub, telling you more about this, what you can do with this email, and it provides you with the opportunity to set a password for your account. If you did not receive an email from info@gaap.org, please reach out to the GAAPP team or directly through the Contact Us form on the Knowledge Hub, and we will make sure to create you an account and assign that to your member organization. Again, continuing to log into my account and accessing this, I would select on the Set Your New Password link on my email. In different languages, this would be sent accordingly. In English, would be the link for set your new password. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to submit a query through the contact us form. When I click on this set your new password, that will open up a new tab here for me to essentially go through and reset my password. When my account's initially created, this is created without a password and just with your user email. Through here, I'm just going to do a very basic password to make sure that I can log in accordingly. Please no one steal my account. I will just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 star. Okay, that says it's too weak. So I will try something a little more complex, showing that you have to put in a strong password, making sure that nobody can log into your account. I'll go through and do my regular password. That shows that it is strong. Amazing. I will confirm that password. Excellent. And then you can click on the Save Password button. Upon clicking on the Save Password button, this now officially has created your password for your account. What the application will then need you to do is go through and essentially sign in again. Once this password is confirmed, you will actually receive a password confirmation link, which will then show you that that password was created, and then you can sign into that accordingly. Based on this, I will utilize the email for which this account was created for. This was my personal Gmail address. And then I will insert my password. You can select Remember Me. This saves your account for up to 30 days so that you don't need to continue to log in. If you don't select on this, each time you come back to the site, you will need to log in by pressing on the sign in button at the top. I'll press Remember Me just so that my account saves for the next 30 days. If you end up losing your password, you're more than welcome to click Lost Password, which then sends an email again to your account, signaling that you can create a new password for your account. I'll press Sign In, and this will go through the flow here of checking my account and allowing me to log in. Excellent. That would be the step for how you access your account on Knowledge Hub. Again, refreshing those steps, you should receive an email from info@gaap.org with your account login. Based on this, you can press on the link for set your new password, that then takes you to Knowledge Hub to create your account. Once you're logged in, you'll notice this new screen that's a little bit different. I'm sorry, Kristen, did you have anything to add?
I was just going
Yes.
to jump in to say that just so people are aware, the login goes to the person, the contact on record for your member organization. So whoever you have deemed to be that person, they would receive that email. I would encourage them, if they haven't seen it, to check spam, and then we can change it to a different person. We can assign it to a different person at your organization, but still you have the one login. So if you do need to change it, just email us at info@gaap.org. Thanks, Jake.
Amazing. Yes, exactly. And upon your first login, you actually will be navigated to an onboarding page. Instead of the homepage, this onboarding page will explain more about Knowledge Hub and actually guide you for how you can go about this experience. So from this onboarding page, you can see here that we have a welcoming text, call to actions to both of our two different resources within the Knowledge Hub. One, to explore resources such as documents and PDFs and PowerPoints, all presented by GAAPP and member organizations, or you can jump in and join the community through the community forum that Vildana had showcased. For further questions and clarifications on Knowledge Hub and a guided demo, feel free to go through this video that is here as well. That will show you all the different facets of Knowledge Hub, how to navigate, and how to act accordingly. As you continue scrolling, you can learn more about Knowledge Hub, which will tell you what to expect in resource centers, the general discussion forum, and even in the shared professional network. This just, again, provides more and more context into Knowledge Hub, how you can navigate, what the capabilities are, guiding you for your specific purpose in Knowledge Hub. Then as you continue scrolling on the onboarding page, you'll even notice this place where you can begin to ask questions. When you ask questions, actually, you're just going to the general discussion forum to get answers. When you go and submit questions here in the community forum, the GAAPP team and the Pulse team are more than happy to go in and respond and help to make sure that your question is addressed. From here, this would be the initial onboarding page. For your specific purpose, you could select on these different buttons to show To show and distinguish exactly what you would like to do from the Knowledge Hub, for the sake of this demo, I will actually go back to the home page to just show how you can navigate from there, as that's where most likely you will be logging in from moving forward from your initial login. You can select the home tab at the top, or you can select the logo from the GAAPP patient platform. If I select this logo, this takes me back to the home page, where essentially it is a very similar structure to that onboarding page, just guiding you for how you can go about Knowledge Hub, accessing resources, joining the community, investing in other member organizations to continue building this community amongst GAAPP. The one quick note I want to make as well before moving on to our next item is the language change option on Knowledge Hub. Knowing that GAAPP is a global organization, patient platform. And as you scroll, you can see this awesome call out to the GAAPP member organization curriculum, which is therefore a guided curriculum specific for GAAPP member organizations, walking them through the different steps of how to build upon your member organization, continue advancing your nonprofit. We'll go dive into this here in a second, but this is just a call to action to one of our key resources that we'll continue to cover. Down below here in the footer, we have over 20 different language options that you can choose between for your specific language. If you click on any of these languages, this will navigate to Spanish, Arabic, Bosnian, any of the languages that you would desire and need to access Knowledge Hub, making this an inclusive environment for all users across the platform. If you click into any of these languages, this will then appear with the content specific to your language, and you can navigate very similarly to how you've navigated on the GAAPP.org website. Amazing. Moving on, before we dive into any resources in the community forum, I want to show everybody how we can edit your account. So the next step here is I will show how to edit your account. From the homepage, we will access this by going to your My Account, which is the green button in the top right. When you click on this, you should be able to access your personal account for Knowledge Hub. This is where you can add an icon for your image, you can change your name, you can add a short description about yourself, you can add any personal information related to your country, primary language, the member organization that you are a part of, making you feel more inclusive to Knowledge Hub and continuing to represent your profile for exactly what you're hoping to bring out from Knowledge Hub, what you're hoping to receive, and how you're hoping to continue to grow your member organization. From this account page, there's a few different options here. You can edit your account, which is what we will be doing. You can submit a resource to the resource centers, which I will get into later on in this discussion. And you can even edit your account organization. Personally, we will just edit our own personal accounts for right now. To edit this, you will select on the Edit Your Account button. When you select on the Edit Your Account button, there's a series of different questions here that allow you to edit your account, including editing your bio, changing your name, adding your country, primary language, and then even setting an avatar here below. I'm going to go through and set some test examples here. I will say, hi, my name is Jake. I am so excited to meet you all. I'll keep my name as Jake just for the sake of this demonstration. I'll set my country as United States. I'll set my primary language as English. And then once I submit this, what this will allow me to do then is edit my account. This is redirecting me back, just saying like, hey, great, this saved as my account information. As I continue scrolling down, I can change my image icon for exactly that icon that I would like to display as myself. If I select on the button that says choose file, I then have a pop-up on my screen that allows me to select the image that I would like to display. Let me find an image of myself really quick that I would like to display. Give me one moment.
And I really encourage people to do this. I know it's an extra step, but it's very helpful to have an image of your logo or of the person who holds the account or even your team altogether.
Mhm.
I think it really helps us to get to know each other.
Exactly. It allows you to make the account your own, adding this information such as your bio, name, your image of your avatar. When I press update avatar, this will update that image with my image that I have updated here. And you can see now below that this has this headshot that I have taken as my account profile. If you would like to delete your local avatar, you can select this checkbox and press update to remove it altogether, or you can choose a file to replace this. Lastly, on your account editing capabilities, you can select the notifications that you would like to receive from Knowledge Hub. Understanding that everybody does not like to receive every notification, and some people like to receive everything, we have multiple different notification levels that we've advertised here. You can select none to essentially receive nothing, or you can even select forum notifications, donations, resources, or even all notifications to receive everything from Knowledge Hub. Walking through each of these, forum notifications would notify you anytime that anyone posts, comments, or does any action on the community forum, which again, we will go into on this demo. Donation notifications provide you with an update for every single time that someone has donated time to Knowledge Hub. And resource notifications are when new resources are posted in Knowledge Hub, such as new documents, PowerPoints, PDFs, all to help your member organizations. I'm not going to select any of these at this time, as there probably won't be any notifications that come through while I'm live on this demo. But for the sake of this, I will set mine as all notifications so that I receive everything. Moving forward, this would all be saved on my account. To go back to your account and be able to see those changes that were made, you can press on the My Account button here, which would navigate you back to your account, or the button at the top. If I navigate back to my account, I can see here all of the different data that's now been pulled through. I've changed my image, I've set my description, I've set a display name, my email, country, my language. And once I'm a part of a member organization, this would dynamically populate. Amazing. Moving forward, that would be how you can edit your own personal account. Personal account editing is very critical and allows you to feel a part of Knowledge Hub, a part of everything that's going on, and continues to represent you and organization all across the world. Now we can get into a lot of the fun parts of Knowledge Hub and actually show all these capabilities that we've spent a long time working on for all of you member organizations. The first capability I would like to showcase is our resource centers. Going into our resource centers, you can first access this by selecting on resource centers, or if you want to go into a specific resource center, you can select on any of these four from the dropdown. By going directly to resource centers, this allows me to see the 4 different resource centers that we have gone about and created for member organizations. Based on these, we have created different organizations for respiratory conditions, immunology, skin conditions, capacity building, and other resources. What this has allowed us to do then is then break these resources apart into different categories, not allowing resources to conflict based on their differences. Specifically, let's navigate into the respiratory conditions. If we navigate into this, we'll view the respiratory documents, PDFs, PowerPoints, all of the resources that the GAAPP team has put together. You can navigate to this by going to resource centers, or you can select on the dropdown under resource centers. From here, we have all of these awesome resources specific to respiratory conditions. There's capabilities here to view these resources. You can filter here on the side based on specifics of the respiratory diseases. You can filter based on resource format. You can filter based on intended audience and even preferred language. The idea behind these resources is that these resources provide your member organization with more information to continue advocating for different diseases and causes across the world. That's why we've offered these in multiple languages for your specific audiences. We've included an intended audience field for who you're presenting to and who you're displaying this for, and even a resource format for your specific need that you're looking for. For instance, if we were looking for a document or PDF that we would want to present, we could go through this resource format and filter by document PDFs to only show PDFs. Again, this didn't change much here, but you can see here that the format type for all of these is now document PDF, because this is what we've been filtering on. We can filter out of this and filter across any of the rest of these. Again, just allowing us to distinguish for the exact resource that we're looking for.
And I'm going to let you just breathe a second, Jake, to get you going to take a breath and also have a glass of water. It was very important to us that we not centralize the resources here and essentially steal them from your pages. We want to make sure that the clicks are going to your websites and where you keep the resources. So that's why we encourage everyone here to include when you submit, or when we at GAAPP add these resources, we use a URL so it drives the traffic back to where the document, the webinar, the YouTube page, where it lives. We want you to get that traffic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you,
Every
Kristen and
resource
Vildana.
will be acknowledged, that's for sure. And we want them to drive the visitors to their website. So thank you, Kristen, for emphasizing this.
Exactly. Let's take one of these resources, for example. Maybe the All You Need to Know About Asthma. This is by the Asthma Foundation of Sierra Leone. We can see here that the disease is specific to asthma. Its resource language is in English, and its format type is a PDF. If we press Learn More, what this does is it opens up a very specific page to course. What we've been able to find here is that by providing this information, such as language, disease, posting organization, resource type, and even number of clicks, this continues to provide authority to your different resources that are in Knowledge Hub. The All You Need to Know About Asthma, for example, has received 17 different views from users on Knowledge Hub. Based on the description here, you can learn more about this resource. And when you click to visit this resource, like Kristen had said, this opens in a new tab. This opens in a new tab and navigates you directly to that resource, having that local to your organization, not stored directly on Knowledge Hub. This is continuing to load, but you can see here now that this takes you to the Asthma Foundation and Sierra Leone's website. More about All You Need to Know About Asthma, a resource that we're promoting to member organizations, showing you more about this mission and resource here. Navigating back to this resource here, we're back on this resource, and we even have recommended resources underneath here as well. These recommended resources are other resources that we thought could be utilized by your group. Again, providing different diseases, format types, posting organizations, resource languages, all potentially something that you would also be interested in navigating to. If we go back again to the Resource Center, you can navigate to this by going back to Resource Center and Respiratory Conditions Resource Hub. This brings you back to any of the resource centers that allow you then to continue to access other resources. It was very important that also the new resource that you'll be accessing to, or the one that you'll be visiting, potentially downloading or accessing, is in a new tab, so that we do not get lost from Knowledge Hub entirely to find those resources. Based on this, each of the resources centers looks very similar. Again, if we go to immunology and skin conditions, this has a very similar structure to respiratory. Same thing with capacity building and other resources. If we go here at the top of each of these pages, you'll notice there's a Help Us Grow the Knowledge Hub. If you have useful research, articles, insights, share them with the community. If you select on this Submit a Resource, you will then have the opportunity to submit a resource from your organization. This is a very collaborative environment where we encourage member organizations to submit their resources. So from this form, you're able to submit all of the different details that we need in order to post the resource that is stored and localized by your organization. You're able to add the title of your resource, which resource center location you would like this to be, what the year of publication is, the type of disease, a description, posting organization, and any details even related to keywords that then help us search across search engines and on the application, allowing your resource to continue to be promoted across member organizations. Below here, there's frequently asked questions related to the time that it takes the GAAPP team to review these resources, how they can update their resources later, and what types of resources they can even submit.
And this is so important. This part I think is so important. Do not hesitate to submit your resources to us. We want this to be a library that is built by the member organizations. I think many times we're so busy doing all the work that we all do that we forget that maybe people don't see the products of all of that labor. And I think it's really important for us to share so that maybe others don't have to reinvent the wheel. but also just so the information gets out into the communities that need it most. So please do not hesitate and don't find this overwhelming. It actually takes just a few minutes to submit a resource.
Thank you, Kristen. And I completely agree. Exactly what Kristen. Continuing forward, the other resource and our featured resource that I would like to show everyone is our curriculum. This curriculum, again, was found by the pop-up that appeared on the homepage, and we're continuing to advertise this across Knowledge Hub, as this is really the heart of exactly how you can operate your member organization following this curriculum that's been put together by the GAAPP team. This can be found through a call out specifically on the resource centers. Sorry for the misnavigation. If we go through here, we have a call out specifically to our GAAPP member organization curriculum from the Knowledge Hub screen. There's pop-ups on the homepage and even a link in the footer that allows us to navigate to this curriculum. Based on this, we'll go to this curriculum really quickly here. And what this curriculum is this walks us through the 9 different steps for how to operate as a GAAPP member organization. You can press the Start Here button, and this takes you through the beginning of the journey, starting with governance leadership. But as we continue to scroll, you are welcomed through an introduction and resources for exactly the stage to begin working with your member organization and continue building upon this for a global and local spread. Starting with step 1 of governance and leadership, working through strategic planning into fundraising, volunteer and intern management, marketing and communications. Taking one of these steps, we can go into step 4, which would be volunteer and intern management. If we press learn more, this takes you directly to this step, skipping from the other steps before. Or you can go back and start with step 1. But what this allows you to do is the GAAPP team has put together these awesome resources, walking you through a very guided experience of how to specifically handle volunteer and intern management. And of course, the other steps of this curriculum as well. If you go through here, you can click the start, and this starts a video here showing you exactly the process that GAAPP recommends and how you could go about these different resources. Or you can continue reading forward to learn more about staff recruitment, volunteer engagement, building resources, and there's even links below that allow you to access specific resources from the GAAPP Academy. These buttons at the bottom allow you to navigate between steps for how GAAPP has seen member organizations in the past operate and where we've seen these succeed. Moving forward, you could go to step 5 in marketing communication, or if you're feeling like you need to go backwards to fundraising, like continue moving backwards again. And again, there'll be videos walking through these guided steps, again, from the GAAPP team, and more content and resources that allow your member organization to continue learning and growing as a GAAPP member organization. Awesome. I'm super happy we were able to cover the curriculum. I highly encourage everyone to go through here, navigate through these steps, ask questions. There's 9 different steps here for everyone to go through. Again, you can access this through the footer. There's pop-ups on the homepage and links across the application. And this is currently a step in progress for us to continue advertising this curriculum. Kristen, I saw you came off mute. Was there anything you would like to add?
No, I just appreciated that. It's one of my babies, so it's always nice when Jake highlights it for me.
Well, good.
Thank you.
I'm glad we were able to talk about it. Now that we've covered resources in the Knowledge Hub, I really want to get into the heart of where the community occurs. We've now been able to access this awesome knowledge of resources and library that we're putting together with the member organizations. Now I want to go into our community and professional network. When we navigate from here, there's a few different offerings here for how we're building community. We're building this through our community forum, which I will go through and highlight, sharing resources and Knowledge Hub, which we've already discussed, and even connecting for shared professional support. If we start by going to the community, you can join the community by pressing the Join the Community underneath the Community and Professional Network page, select General Discussion Forum from the header, or even on the homepage, there's opportunities that call to action for you to join the community. Based on this is a community forum where all GAAPP member organizations can collaborate and talk through events, questions, news, advocacy, anything around the GAAPP's core pillars. From here, as I scroll before I demo a post, I want to show here this structure. The structure here is a call to action at the top for you to encourage posting, where we have this posting capability right at the top. Super user-friendly and easy for you immediately to find an opportunity and a way to post to the forum. And as you continue to scroll, we can see the different engagement that we have from people across member organizations and GAAPP altogether. Stephanie Williams was commenting on the 22nd about YouTube videos that advertising for the COPD patient map. Kristen Willard was offering more YouTube resources. And if you select this read more button, you can even see more of that content. What we've done is we've hidden parts of the content to avoid an excess scroll. But by pressing the read more button, you're able to read into these different resources. You can see here these different replies. And if you would like to reply to any of these, you just select on the reply button here on the right. As we continue to scroll, you can see all of these different amazing contributions from member organizations and comments from the team. October 16th again. And even then at the bottom here, there's different paginations for how you can navigate accordingly across the member organization community forum. What this then prevents is a very long redundant scroll, but instead you're just seeing the most recent comments that were made. At the top here, you can go through and search for key specific terms if you're looking for a specific forum thread, such as COPD or asthma or any of GAAPP's advocated diseases or any of GAAPP's core pillars. Now I will go through and demo how you can contribute to the community forum and actually post to it. By posting to this, you would land on this initial page of the general discussion, and you could select on the post to forum button or scroll down to the post to the GAAPP member organization forum. I would just like to post and show you all how grateful I am to be here today. So I will go through and type that out really quick. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining the GAAPP webinar highlighting knowledge. Perfect. Awesome. From this community posting forum, you have different styles here for how you can style your text, whether you would like to embed links, put block quotes, images, create lists. I'll go through and I actually want to bold all of this text just because I think it's really important. This will add different HTML tags on the side here. Even if the text isn't adjusting accordingly from your font style, it's okay. It will adjust in the forum. You can add tags that allow people to search for your specific content, and you can even select a button to notify me whenever you would like to receive notifications related to people replying to your post. I'll go through and press submit for this. This is now loading and it's posting my forum post to the website. We'll continue to allow this to load, and you can see here now that my post from October 29th is now at the top. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining the GAAPP webinar highlighting Knowledge Hub. Woohoo. This is bolded as I showed in the styling. And then here, maybe I want to go through and I want to contribute to some of these awesome posts that are in the Knowledge Hub community forum. I'll go down here to one of these posts. When you press reply, you're replying directly to the post where you select reply. So if I press reply to Lamin's post, I'm replying directly to him, or I can go through and reply directly to Kristen Willard's by replying here to hers. I'll go through and reply to Kristen. So that shows me here that I'm replying to her. This creates a chat widget underneath Kristen's post. I can go underneath here and say, I completely agree with Kristen. Awesome. Exclamation point. I can press submit again to post this, or I can press cancel to remove this. I'll go ahead and press submit. That will then load my comment to Kristen on October 16th. And as you scroll here now, you can see my comment again posted in a thread to Kristen's, showing that, again, that lineage of the forum in the community that we're creating here. Now, highlighting again, this is how you post to the forum, how you contribute with others, and how you search across the forum for specific keywords. Lastly, the other asset within our community and professional network is going through our shared professional network, which again is an opportunity for you to either donate an hour and support to GAAPP member organizations or connect with other member organizations. If I press the connect with the network here, this creates a pop-up that allows me to choose which which idea I would like to pursue, or underneath Community and Professional Network, you can press Receive Support to receive support from member organizations, or donate an hour if you would like to donate your time to member organizations. I'll start by donating an hour. If I go through here, this is a very similar form to submitting resources to Knowledge Hub. You can go through here and you can offer your time to donate to other member organizations, allowing them to help and build advocacy and policy engagement, financials, fundraising, marketing, leadership, legal. This again is giving back to other organizations and creating this community amongst us all. You can go through and add your first name and last name, member organization, email, service types, languages and preferences, and more for that donated time. From here, we'll go back to the Community and Professional Network. And as a drop down underneath here, if you go to Receive Support, we can see our donated time offerings that have already been so graciously donated. You can see here that right now we have 2. Earlier this week, we had 4. So I already see that people are utilizing this time. But Stephanie Williams and Lamin have both offered time related to donating their specific services related with advocacy and policy engagement to the GAAPP member organizations. Based on this, you can filter by service type on the left to filter for exactly what you're looking for. You can search for a specific listing, and these listings should provide you with all data for how you can go about contacting these individuals. If you press contact for more information, this allows you to directly email Stephanie Williams or Lamin to receive this support. Once you contact them and you've scheduled time with them to meet and go through this donated time, press the complete button here at the bottom, and this removes that listing from this page, then symbolizing that, hey, Stephanie Williams or Lamin's time has been taken and they're already donating this to another member organization. They would like to donate time in the future, they can continue to go about this and donate additional time. Again, highlighting this is how you can donate an hour to Knowledge Hub and how you can receive support from other member organizations to build upon advocacy and policy engagement, financials, fundraising, marketing, communications, or anything else that you would need in Knowledge Hub. Highlighting again, Knowledge Hub and its use case. This is a specific platform developed by GAAPP for member organizations, not for patients, not for other members of the community, but specifically for you. This is a place to access resources across the world, targeting specific primary audiences, and even a way to engage in the GAAPP community with other member organizations and share and donate time amongst one another so that we can all continue to grow together. Amazing. That is all I have, though. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jake.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute. That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I even learned new things, and we worked on this for many months together, right? So let me ask first if anyone has any questions or comments. As Victor said, you can put those in the webinar chat, or you can put them in the Q&A. Let me start with just a few things that we have heard from people. So I frequently asked questions. Let's start there. What about accessing from mobile devices? I don't think we touched on that today.
Great question, Kristen. You're more than welcome to access from mobile devices as well by accessing the URL hub.gaapp.org across your preferred mobile app browser. You can do this via iPhone on Safari, via Android through Google Chrome, whatever would be easiest for you. This application is responsive for all device sizes, from laptops to iPads and tablets to even mobile devices.
Oh, amazing. Amazing, because we know so many people now are using their mobile devices. We saw that with the SDM tool, etc. Fantastic. Let me see. Oh, a very nice note here. Hi, everyone. Greetings from Chain. Thank you so much for this innovation to educate us on so many aspects regarding the different disease areas the GAAPP focuses on. Bravo. Thank you so much, Gladys. That is such a lovely note. I know the team appreciates that. Okay, how about, let's talk about the languages. I saw, Vildana, that you put a note in the chat. Can you speak to the languages that people can access the Knowledge Hub in?
Yeah, so right now, Jake, you said 20. I believe it's 31 to be very specific. So that's really great, amazing. So it's very accessible for every patient organization from all over the world. So we are global, we are inclusive, so we really pay attention to this. So as you said, and we see it on the screen, it's on the bottom of the page. So you see all languages that are available at this point of time. But if you have requests for additional languages, please do write to us, and we will be more than happy to provide it and try to for any other languages to be in Knowledge Hub. Yeah, so we really strive to have as many languages as possible for all of our member organizations. And also, if I may add, it's a great opportunity now that you try Forum. If you have your login details, tell us what you think, ask us. We really care about your thoughts. Tell us how we can help. So we're planning 2026. We're planning upgrades. So we'll be more than happy to hear from you.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. We really is that me? We really encourage people to let us know what they need and what could improve the entire system. I think that would be very helpful too. Something I have
Kristen,
been.
oh,
Oh,
Kristen, do you mind if I chime in really quick?
please.
Awesome. I was going to say two more things for accessibility, as I know we were just on that with languages. In the bottom right here, you may notice this icon of this image of this guy, if this guy kind of spreading his arms and legs. This is an accessibility widget. What this widget will allow you to do, similar to languages, allowing this to be accessible for people across the globe in their specific language, this also accounts for accessibility issues related to bigger text, allowing you to have a better eyesight in reading across the pages, allowing you to contrast the different images, allowing you to fully experience this from all accessibility points of view so that everyone can have a positive experience on Knowledge Hub. This is all super important. Again, bigger text. You can enlarge this text for easier reading capabilities. You can increase the line height, anything that you may need to have the best experience possible on Knowledge Hub and truly just be able to feel a part of this organization and a part of the member organizations and collaborations that's happening here on this tool. That's the first comment I wanted to make. And the second one, as everyone is beginning to navigate through Knowledge Hub, is very critical that you take a second and read through our Knowledge Hub guidelines. By going to the Knowledge Hub guidelines here in the footer. By going to these guidelines, you can read through everything that we encourage in the Knowledge Hub here, essentially as speaking from experience, listening and answering with empathy, keeping everything inclusive with all parties and member organizations across the world, and allowing everyone to stay informed. This is very crucial that we're following our guidelines and that we're continuing to be inclusive of all member organizations and promoting each other all together. If there is any experience here that is not following these guidelines, the GAAPP team will be reaching out directly or will be monitoring the community forum closely to make sure that we're creating this inclusive environment for all member organizations. But again, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kristen. Please continue.
Anytime you interrupt me, it is always for good reason. So thank you for that. Let me ask you a question about the accessibility. And when you clicked on that widget, and
Yes.
it changed text size and the row height and those types of things, or excuse me, line height. Does that
Yes.
change it for my entire experience with GAAPP or just for this hub?
This only changes it for this hub.
Great.
Yes, this is a tool that we're looking to implement for the GAAPP website as well and other websites and applications that we have developed for GAAPP. But right now, this tool only works for the Knowledge Hub.
Okay, great. Okay. Any other questions that you would like to ask Vildana, Jake, things you'd like to speak to, or questions from our community?
I would just like to share our colleague Victor just write in chat box. So this is very important for our member organization that to know that our impact funds forum will be hosted here in the Knowledge Hub from January 2026. So when you apply for funds for our impact fund, now everything is centralized. As said, this is a very centralized platform, one-stop shop for you to come, exchange knowledge, learn, and of course, apply for the funds if you have a great project that aligns with GAAPP's mission. And we know you have a lot of great projects, and we are so excited to see it in 2026.
It's a great reminder, and I think the other thing that's very helpful is to remember that you likely have outputs from all of these great impact efforts that you've done in years past. Add them to the resource center so that we can see what it is that you have been up to, and that your colleagues at GAAPP member
Yes.
organizations can learn from you.
And also just to stress, it's not only when you share your knowledge, you help your peers, you help other member organization, but also this is a way to promote your organization. And we would like to applaud your great work. So use it as an opportunity to tell the world all great things that you do in your organization.
I love that, Vildana. I love that. Okay. If we don't have any more questions, thank you so much, Jake. I really appreciate all that time, and that was a lot of words, I know. And then Vildana, let's move into what's potentially next for the Knowledge Hub as we move forward, and I will share my screen to discuss that.
Yeah, so what's next is based on something that we already heard from you, something that you need. So looking ahead, our vision for 2026 is to bring Knowledge Hub to the next level. So we would like to upgrade it to the version 2 with smarter automation and better usability. Maybe you can go to the next slide. Of course, everything is patient-centric design. This is something that we always have in mind to empower every patient everywhere. So the next version of the hub, something that we have in mind, that we plan, is to include features that actually save time for our member organization for their everyday work. So this is something that we heard that you need. We know there's a lot of small member organizations, and building your capacity is something that we always have in mind. And this is something that Knowledge Hub has goal to do. So for example, just plastic example for you to understand what we have in mind. So for instance, we will automatically generate invoices, reports, membership forms, PowerPoint presentation, something that will help you in everyday work. So the idea is to reduce administrative workload for our member organizations, and we want our member organizations leaders to focus more on advocacy and patients at the end. So we want digital transformation with this. Yeah, this is the idea. So we want to make your everyday work easier and more efficient. So this is additional component of Knowledge Hub that we are planning for 2026. Of course, there are different other projects that we would like to brag about, but we will leave it for our next webinar. So basically, this is what we have in mind. And as said, please write us, use forum, share ideas. We will be more than happy to incorporate them in our planning for 2026.
Having trouble stopping my share. It's so exciting to think about what's possible. And one of the things I love is that immediately at GAAPP Summit and following, people were using the entire platform and then coming and telling us what we could do next. I love that about GAAPP member organizations, always looking to improve and how to move forward. So I just want to say thank you so much, Vildana, Jake. Thank you for all your work on the Knowledge Hub, for being great partners in this work, and for encouraging the entire GAAPP community to leverage this to really take us to a new level as a community. So to everyone who's joined, we appreciate you being here. And remember, if you have any questions about the Knowledge Hub, we are happy to help you here at GAAPP. You can email us at info info@gaap.org. And thank you for all the congratulations. And also, I want to let you know that we will be posting this to our YouTube page, and we will also be posting sections of what Jake presented, the individual sections, how to do this, how to do that, as snippets so that you can revisit them as needed as you use the tool. So thank you very much again. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.